I made a video a little while ago talking about Planet of the Apes, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes coming out. A classic franchise. And today, we're talking about another classic franchise. Another one of my favorite franchises, Alien. So this is everything we know so far about the new Alien movie. So I got a bunch of articles up here that we're going to go through one by one. So up first is an article from The Hollywood Reporter. New Alien movie in the works with Don't Breathe filmmaker Fede I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, Álvarez. Don't Breathe. If you guys don't know what Don't Breathe is a great movie. There's a Don't Breathe 2. It's about this guy who's blind. And it's a home invasion movie, right? And he's essentially defending his home. I'm not going to get into any more other than that, because if you haven't seen it, you guys should watch both the first one and the second one. They're really good movies. But what I like about that is the director of that movie is doing an Alien movie, because that tells me that they're going in the direction of Alien 1. I know I'm going to upset a lot of people by saying this, but I prefer Alien over Aliens. And going with the director of Don't Breathe, that gives me an impression that they're going more along with the Alien tone. And this is an Alien movie, not an Aliens movie. So with Don't Breathe, you have this one guy in a house, not a bunch of different guys, chasing after people, right? There's just one guy, one alien in a spaceship, in a house, right? So he knows how to direct in that way. That same kind of vibe, I can see that with an Alien movie. So with the director, with the filmmaker, Mr. Álvarez, I can see that working very well, actually. And Ridley Scott's producing it. I don't know how much that means, to be honest. Him being his producer, I don't know how much of a creative say he has in it. Okay, so let's start with this article. Your screams in space will be heard if Fede Álvarez has anything to say about it. I have no clue how to say that first name. The filmmaker behind Don't Breathe, the 2013's remake of Evil Dead, has been tapped to write and direct an original standalone Alien feature for 20th Century Studios. An original standalone. So it is not tying in to the rest of the franchise. Or maybe it could tie in, but it's not necessarily in sequence, like a sequel or a prequel to any one of those. Okay, interesting. Ridley Scott, who directed the original sci-fi horror movie released in 2019, returned for 2 21st Century installments, will produce via his Scott-free banner. The project is intended to be made for Hulu as part of 21st Century's ambition to make more than 10 movies a year for the Disney-operated streaming service. Interesting. Okay, so it's going to be a lower budget movie like Prey. What do you guys think about that? Prey was decent. I didn't see the other Predator movie that came out prior. What was that called? The Predator? Yeah, I didn't see that, but I saw Prey. Prey was decent. Hopefully this turns out better than Prey. Alien and its many sequels and prequels focus on the horror and ferocious race of alien beings called Xenomorphs, who implant eggs inside. All right, you don't got to tell us about the lore. We know that already. All right? So Dan O'Bannon wrote the first movie, which played. All right, we're talking about back in the day. We don't need to talk about that. We're talking about today. So Scott returned to his co-creations with the prequels Prometheus and an ambitious and theological-minded film and blah, 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 and then Alien Covenant. I really wish we got a sequel to Alien Covenant, because that's what was planned. But they canned that after Disney bought Fox. And honestly, dude, I said this before. The acquisition of Fox by Disney, honestly, I think that's even worse than the acquisition to Lucasfilm, because think about how many properties are owned by Fox. Planet of the Apes, Predator, Alien, just to name a few. And Prey was decent. I have heard The Predator was bad. So I really hope that whatever this Alien movie is going to be will be good. And speaking of whatever this Alien movie is going to be, apparently it's being dubbed Alien Romulus. And I think this is where the title Alien Romulus is coming from, because I've seen the name Alien Romulus around talking about this movie from the Film and Television Industry Alliance. And And I think this is where it's all tying back to. This is either a working title or I'm not sure. This is the first time I've ever even seen this website. So you guys let me know. Alvarez's take is being kept deep inside the studio's chest cavity, but sources describe it as unconnected to the previous movies. According to sources, here we're getting into the juicy stuff. According to sources, Alvarez is a rabid fan of the franchise and casually pitched a take to Scott many years ago. I can see him being a big fan after watching Don't Breathe. The idea remained implanted in Scott's brain until late this year, when he called Alvarez out of the blue and asked him if he was still up for it. Okay, so Scott called Alvarez up. This is giving me hope. That means Ridley Scott signs off on this. Or maybe Ridley Scott was pushed into a position where he needed to make another movie. He was pressured by Disney and he needed an out, and Alvarez, he remembered that and he was like, okay, that's kind of decent. Let's go with it. I don't know what the situation behind it. I don't know the catalyst behind Scott calling Alvarez, but there's something in Alvarez's script that probably Scott liked. So I'm happy about that. 20th Century picked up the project purely off the strength of Feeds or Fedes, I don't know how to pronounce his name, pitch, said division president Steve Asbell. It was just a really good story with a bunch of characters you haven't seen before. Okay, I'm fine with new characters, but let's see how we handle them. Asbell, who recently spoke to THR about the future of the 20th Century Studios, said by doing the following for Hulu: there wouldn't be the pressure to whittle down the potential edginess that would come with the theatrical considerations. See, that's what I don't like about Hollywood right now. And I want to do a video on this whole thing altogether. So essentially what these theatrical considerations is, hey, we want to appease a general audience, a very broad, huge, wide, big audience. Therefore, we need to dumb down, water down our material so it can appease everybody. The hardcore fans are already going to see it. Maybe we'll get some casuals to come in, and it's not going to be a film of substance. So I don't like this. I don't like this theatrical considerations. So maybe it's good that it's coming to Hulu. We're going to do something different, like Prey, with something different. So let's move on to this article. Alvarez's Alien movie rounds out a cast. So we got a cast here. They all look like they should be in high school. I'm fine with the diverse cast, but nowadays in Hollywood, if you're pushing out a diverse cast, I don't want that to be the focus. I don't want to be like, hey, I want to make a really diverse movie, and what's a movie that can draw attention? Alien. So let's throw a bunch of diverse people into that movie, and let's tell a story that we want to tell to spread a message, and use Alien as the franchise as a vehicle to blah, 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 you know? But the thing is, Alvarez wrote this script a while ago and came to Scott, and then Scott came back to Alvarez about it. So I don't think that might be the case. But then again, Disney owns the studio now. So are there going to be changes to the script? I don't know. See, this might not be an issue at all, but with Hollywood nowadays, you never know, all right? And again, with the young cast, are we going to get some teen drama or relationship stuff going on here? I don't want that. Like, look at this, man. Like, look at that. All right, look at this. And look at this. Maybe these guys can pull it off. I don't know. I'm judging from just this picture. I don't know anything about these actors. I don't know how well they can act or anything. So, don't listen to me about that. I don't know. So it looks like we got some plot details here. While the premise for the yet-to-be-titled movie has been kept under wraps, the studio did reveal that the film will follow a group of young people on a distant world who find themselves in a confrontation with the most terrifying life form in the universe. So essentially, that's saying we're watching an alien movie with young people. That didn't give me anything. Breaking tradition in a pretty big way. Okay. Red flag. According to the press release issued by 20th Century Studios, the next Alien movie is set to start filming next week in Budapest. When was this written? 24 days ago. It's the kids, Ripley. Something's got to be done about the kids. On one hand, a new entry in the traditionally blue-collar anti-corporate horror show that uses young characters to tell its story could be a powerful new avenue telling another story of how the follies of the greed Wayland Yutani Corporation continue to push the species towards a brutal extinction. However, with the casting of leads like Rosalind's Isabella Merced I don't know who these people are, man. Some may think that another PG-13 entry is on its way into the series. What was Alien Covenant? Was Alien Covenant rated R? Because I enjoyed Alien Covenant a lot. Rated R, okay. I enjoyed Alien Covenant a lot. I know people didn't like Alien Covenant, but honestly, Alien Covenant, that's up there with Alien for me. So, and Alien is my favorite of all the Alien movies. So I enjoyed Alien Covenant a lot. The only thing I didn't like about Alien Covenant was the chest burster scene. It wasn't like a chest burst. It was like a mini Xenomorph already fully formed coming out of the chest. I don't know the reasoning behind that. Maybe there's some behind the scenes, like some DVD commentary about why Ridley Scott did that. But what did you guys think about Alien Covenant? The reason why I could be optimistic about this is because of the director and his previous work, and the fact that he's a fan, and the fact that Ridley Scott reached out to him. Again, I don't know the reason why Ridley Scott reached out to him. I don't know if he was pressured by Disney. But those are the reasons why I would be positive. The reasons why I'd be cautious is the cast. Just because of how Hollywood is today. So, what do you guys think about it? Are you looking forward to Alien? And remind you, they're putting this on Hulu. So if you guys watched Prey, you might know how it might look. Are you guys excited for another Alien movie? Let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.